Previously on Does Someone Have to Go? We travel to Illinois to Velocity Merchant Services, a credit card processing company suffering from dysfunction in the workplace.
You guys been here 2 years, you don't know nothing.
Some of the relatives get special treatment.
It is family owned.
Too close to the situation, owner Dima Barakat decided to turn the power over to her employees to try and fix the issues.
We're going to put the power in your hands. You'll have to face the toughest question. Does someone have to go?
Whoa! In order to help identify the problems, shocking truths were revealed.
Uncle Mike will talk himself out of a sale. Zoe is just lazy.
Coot makes it like she's doing so much work when all she's doing is photocopies.
I'm a mother, she's my daughter, you have to understand that.
But it would be salary information that would truly turn the tables on the family.
I am astonished. She's here part-time.
Very shocked to see family members' salary and how much they make.
You'll be selecting 3 people to potentially terminate.
As the time to vote got closer, tensions would run high throughout the office.
What about Zoe? If you took that salary to somebody else, would the company still survive?
I like what I do.
That has nothing to do with it.
Oh, really?
You're saying that you would cut Coot.
You can't support your family. We're here to make a business decision.
Ultimately, it would be Uncle Mike, Zoe, and Coot in the bottom 3.
It's a slap in the face.
Each must now fight for their jobs if they want to remain at VMS. And later, the boss must return to hear the verdict for her own mother.
I think she's gonna lose it. Dima can come in and fire all of us.
How you gonna tell me to listen?
You wouldn't let anybody talk.
Because I'm not finished with my statement.
No. Hey, wait.
Please don't touch me.
There's laws against the way he treats me.
You're lazy.
You don't know what the hell I do. These are grown-ass people. We're treating them like kids.
I don't understand your point.
If I was the boss, I would probably demote Paige.
The first thing I would do, fire Brian for good.
For the next 48 hours, we are going to leave the company in your hands.
You'll all be the boss. What?
This is serious shit.
Make her proud. Let's go.
Sean is annoying. Sometimes he can be perverted.
You know what? I'm gonna go for it. I think the Tiffany is a bitch.
Oh, here it is.
I'm about to show you how much each of you make.
That number was just ridiculous.
I feel like I'm watching people get beheaded.
You'll be selecting 3 people to potentially terminate.
Whoa!
I'm gonna throw up.
It is the right thing to do.
This isn't a game show, taking somebody and putting them on an island.
This is real life.
Is there a way to lessen a pay?
$20,000 pay decrease.
I can't take money from somebody else.
My heart is here. I work my ass off. I bleed for this company.
Does someone have to go?
Fucking bullshit. You're upset. We were upset too.
You have been terminated from your position.
The VMS employees are gathered in the conference room. Uncle Mike, Zoe, and Coot have been selected as the bottom 3 employees. Each are now up for possible termination from the company.
Thank you, everybody. People care about money more than loyalty. You based it on my salary.
It can't be based on my salary. Obviously, they don't know me or my aspirations. They thought I was a company joke.
So let me get this straight. You guys pick people up here off of salary or off of not knowing what they do? Hold on. I would love to hear exactly what it is that you guys think about collections now. When I came in here with ideas to make the money that you guys wanted to see. But did you guys ever take into account the tools that are needed?
Zoe, but all our departments are lacking a lot of
No,
tools.
but we're not, you're not up there, Tina.
I'm just
with
saying.
all due respect, you're not up there.
Zoe needs software that's gonna allow him to track collections data. He doesn't have access to that.
Now that 3 of you have been identified as problem employees,
You'll be given one last chance to appeal to the group. Think carefully about the value that you provide to VMS.
now you're fighting for your jobs.
Is that what it is? Honestly, I'm disappointed. I never thought in a million years that I would be on the chopping block, but I am. It's as real as it comes when you're facing your peers in the door.
The bottom three have been given the opportunity to prepare individual appeals to the group, but emotions are still running high.
You guys been here 2 years, you don't know nothing. I've been with the company since she was 19.
Like, if it wasn't for her, would we be here?
13 years experience. Why would Dima go out on the street and, oh, let's find somebody that's gonna do it for $40,000?
Right now, we have 3 people on the bottom, and we're all sitting here and we're defending one person. There are still 2 other people here.
I went to
Nobody's talking about Uncle Mike and what he goes through.
But listen, it's not about what he goes through.
I don't have to, I'm the one talking. How you gonna tell me to listen?
Because you won't let us.
You won't let us
Because I'm not
talk.
finished with my statement yet.
Come down, hey.
Instead of worrying about one person, we should all be talking about all 3 and how all 3 of them can work and get better. Because I'm not talking about getting rid of anybody. We can fix the problem.
You're not listening. Okay, maybe everybody looked at Coot. Coot makes too much money. She's here to defend herself. Maybe we looked at Mike and said, is he profitable to the company? I don't care what he does. Same with Zoe. If Zoe's gonna collect $40,000 and he's making $38,000, the company's not profiting off it.
But Zoe's argument to that is that he is asked for the tools
and hasn't gotten it. And now he's in the bottom 3 and has a chance to lose his damn job for that?
This was brought to him a year ago, and it was never taken care of.
I'm gonna speak for myself right now.
Yeah.
The call log is showing that I don't make enough calls. Doesn't mean shit. Why? I'm trying to find these people that owe VMS money. Hell, that owes me money.
You're lazy. That's the problem.
And how would you know that, Sean?
Right now, I see passion. All right, I see that you want to.
That's
be
incorrect.
Here.
Let me stop you right there.
Hold on a second.
Hold on, let me stop you right there. You don't know what the hell I do on the phone. The ins and outs is not just picking up a phone. If it was that easy, I wouldn't be here. If you're going to be a boss, wouldn't it be advantageous of you guys to say, okay, what do? I'd be damned if I put everything that you can think of into a department, build it, and then let it go. It ain't happening.
This is a side of Zoe that we've never really seen. It may change a lot of people's opinions. I don't know.
It was a hard decision, and, you know...
No, as bosses, you have a lot to learn. Because, again, you should have stepped foot in there. If you're a boss, you're going to know every facet of your business. It's your business to know your business.
You don't seem upset at all. I voted for you last night, and then I realized that you're such a good person.
That's beside the point. I voted for myself. I know I need to make
I don't know why.
I voted for myself because I know I can do better. Now I've got to work to make them understand that, hey, my numbers just don't drift out of the sky.
It's a ramp up time.
It's a ramp up.
I think that Uncle Mike feels like this is real. His job is at stake. And up until this point, he felt like this was just a joke.
I'm not hurt over it. This can only make me better.
Yeah.
I just want a shoulder to cry on because all they see is numbers.
I don't think you should have been picked.
No, I don't. They're great bosses. They don't know what's going on in this room.
Good. We need you here. It's not like...
I know.
You have to be here.
I know.
I almost voted for Coot, but you can't put a value on Coot. She's still my aunt. My relationship with her means a lot to me. I love you.
I love you too. Don't worry. Everything is... You know what hurt me the most is the disrespect. I really work very hard.
I know you're pissed. I know it. And
So, don't worry. They don't know nothing.
You see this paperwork? These are files of your accounts. There's no numbers here. I had to find them. All those numbers. I worked my ass off.
That shit's difficult. And he's fucking pissed, and he should be. Just think about it. If you was in the bottom, if I was in the bottom, I'd be fucking pissed too. And he's been a lot more calm. I'd have been tearing shit up.
I tell you, you're pissed off, man. Calm down.
I've asked time and time again, and it's always been on the back burner,
You weren't loud enough when you said it.
Loud enough?
You weren't loud enough when you said it.
What are you talking about? Loud enough. I've been loud enough.
And why didn't it get done?
I've spoken my mind to everybody in here that knows about what I needed from day one. I said, this is what I need. You guys said I didn't bring any ideas? I brought ideas. I brought it all. You want to see loud? This is loud.
Do I have to get my point across and be loud enough to let everybody know that I need this so I can succeed? Then have the unmitigated gall to say that, you know, we picked you mainly because we didn't know what you do. That's stupid to me.
Nobody said that.
How about this? I'm gonna find out. It's not an assumption, it's a fact.
We looked at it as numbers. You brought in $40,000.
I brought in $40,000 limited.
But no, we're not looking at that right now,
You
Zoe.
should have.
I can understand that he's upset because if I was in his position, I would be upset as well. But if he's going to yell and he's going to scream, it's only going to hurt him. It's not going to help him.
Zoe, don't be like this. I understand that you're upset. They don't know what you do. They have no idea.
If someone would have sat down and talked to me.
You're right. But Zoe, you're picked. So you standing out here and you being upset, it's not gonna help you. You need to calm down. You need to go back in there and you need to gather your thoughts.
Everything that I've put into this company.
I know you've put a lot.
My heart is here. I bleed for this company.
I think I know Zoe pretty well. I hired Zoe. Zoe's my friend. He came to my wedding. If Zoe doesn't try to explain to everyone what it is he does and why, he could lose his job.
Williams, how you feel?
I thought that loyalty and consistency would be worth something, but obviously it's not.
You have to be able to prove why you're an asset to the company. And if I myself don't know that, what do you think these other people?
They don't
They
know.
just think of it as Uncle Mike's just going through the day-to-day motions. He's kicking it.
No, that's not the case.
I'm looking for somebody who can't be replaced. If you try harder, you are on the phone more, you maybe try to take less coffee breaks, I don't know. You know what I mean? If you try to do that, your performance goes up.
I got you, partner.
What I want to hear from Mike is, how is he going to change his work ethic? What are you going to do on a daily basis to change that perception of kicking it?
The bottom three write their appeals. After hearing them, the group must decide what's best for the company. Does someone need probation? Does another need a pay cut? And the toughest question of all, does someone have to go?
I don't know what to write. I don't know how am I gonna affect these people. And I don't want them to be thinking that I make too much money. I wanna convince them there is more than that.
I'm fighting for the livelihood of myself. I'm fighting for the chance to see my department grow and be strong.
In my lifetime, I've done a lot of sales pitches. This time it's a sales pitch for myself.
The time has come for the bottom three employees to plead their case to the group. Zoe is the first to appeal. But will he be able to convince the group that motivation is not a factor and that his work has suffered because he hasn't had the tools he needs to succeed?
The bottom line is, I want to be here. On the screen we saw earlier the word lazy. Every one of you guys made an assessment on me in terms of the number. It's not just about hounding someone about money. I had to find these people. It's not just that easy.
How do you go about finding people?
It's the element of skip tracing, and skip tracing is basically locating the merchant. If you don't have any numbers, you're not calling. If you're not calling, you're not making any money. Now, I'm doing this on every single account. That takes away from the call time because I'm starting from scratch.
How many people do you try to collect from in a day?
500 to 700 per day. Was I limited in having the tools that I need? Yes. But I never made that a crutch for me. I fought. I'm still fighting. I'm fighting right now. A lot of you guys know, I wake up at 1:45 in the morning and I go do another job that consists of 4 hours. I come back home, I sleep for an hour, I get up and I come here and I work 8 or 9 hours a day.
When I hear Zoe, I'm feeling horrible that I voted for him. Hearing him talk and plead his case, he was trying, but nobody helped him. And that makes me upset.
This company means more to me than you ever know. I work very hard at what I do. It's not just about collections. It's not just about picking up the phone. It's not just about money. I want to be here. My heart is here. And it will always be here because you guys have shown me the love. So, you know, think about it. I'm not a number. I am a person.
Zoe is just lazy. I don't think he tries hard enough. He didn't change my mind.
Thank you, Zoe.
We love you.
Love you too. I spoke from the heart. If they choose to terminate my employment, I've given it all I could give, and I'm satisfied with that.
While Zoe has done his best to convince the group that he needs more tools to do his job correctly, Uncle Mike needs to convince them that he can get his sales numbers up to where they should be and prove that his nickname shouldn't be Kickin' It.
Afternoon, everybody. All right.
What's up, Williams?
Since I've been with you guys, you've always thought of me as Mr. Kick It, Uncle Kick It. And finally, Uncle Mike stuck. I'm pacing myself.
Are you going to still be pacing yourself, or are you going to give it 100%?
I know how to play hardball. My goal is to go up 20%.
How are you going to get to that?
Just stay focused on the job.
And what specifically would you do, aside from just focus? You know, are you going to go after certain types of businesses? Or
I'm going to go for big ticket businesses and put nonprofit on the back burner until next year.
I think Uncle Mike is a C player, and it hurts me to say, but I don't know if Uncle Mike will ever be an A player.
I've got 30 years sales experience. I'll bring that to the table. I haven't been concentrating on money, gang. I wanted to learn the business because I have a goal too, and my goal is to become a training manager. I want to work for Sean training new people because I care.
Uncle Mike said he wanted to be a training manager. This is the first time I've ever heard about this. I think he needs to focus on being successful at this job before he has any intentions of going to the next job.
I thought that this was all an act, but I really found out that you really think I'm just a jokester and I'm just here biding my time. But I have some real goals. I'm gonna stick with you and I'm gonna work with you. That's basically it. I want you guys to do well.
Thanks, Mike. We do appreciate your time, and thank you, Mike.
Thank you, thank you. You always, you know I love you, baby. I hope they can appreciate what I'm bringing to the table. We do what we can.
Last to appeal, Coot will need not only to justify her salary, but her position in the company altogether. With the majority of people in the room being non-family members, the odds are stacked against her.
Hi, everybody.
Okay.
So, I worked with this company since it started 13 years ago. I mean, you don't know the bumps and rocks we went through to get to what we are. That's why every one of you is here right now and getting paid. It wasn't easy for us at all. I stand behind my daughter through thick and thin. People here been working few years. They don't know anything about how VMS succeed to this point.
I have a question. As the person that receives the second highest salary in the company, what are the other two accounting companies doing? How do you work with them? How do you communicate with them?
I prepare everything for them.
You do everything here.
Here.
And then you send it.
Exactly. The final touch, the final thing, I send it to Midwest Accounting.
So they're like a double check.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, like at the end of the year, every invoice I told you guys to send, sometimes you ignore.
I send you every receipt, but you have come to me on several occasions telling me that you didn't receive it.
One time or two times, maybe it went to spam or I don't know.
When Coot's giving her plea, I feel like she's saying she's busy and she does stuff. She makes the second most money, and I feel like she does the least.
You treat me like it's my fault. You come to me saying you didn't send it.
Well, I didn't receive it. This is not easy. This is very stressful. I mean...
You know what? I can't do this. I can't. You know, this is just way too much. You have two loves. One is for the company and one is for the woman that gave you birth. So it's a hard decision.
This is is not easy. This is stressful. I mean,
You know what? I can't do this. Having to sit there and have your mom on trial, I don't think it was something that I could stand and watch. But also at the same time, I kind of wanted them to make a business decision based off facts that they received rather than their feelings. So by me staying in there, I don't think they could have came to that conclusion.
this was very hard on me. I got hurt because I love every one of you. And I really care about every individual of you. This VMS is in my heart. VMS is my number 13 grandchild. And guys, I'm gonna tell you, I could come to work here, work for free for my daughter. I want everybody to know that. I'm here to support my daughter. She trusts me with all her financials, and nobody's gonna take that away from her or from me. I wanna be behind her back till the day I die. Thank you guys for listening.
Thanks, Coot.
While people might love her, love isn't something that you're supposed to take into consideration when making a business decision. If you look at the performance of Coot, and then let's say that person wasn't a family member, they would have been let go long ago.
That was emotional. I don't want to be emotional.
It's okay.
Now that the bottom three have made their pleas, it's up to the group to decide their fate.
Start with Uncle Mike.
Okay. I think the biggest thing for me was pacing himself.
In my first year and a half, I want to excel. I want to push myself out there. Uncle Mike's been pacing for a year. He even said it himself. Is that somebody that's really going to improve?
I know that's one of his bad points, that he's not making that much money, but he's still helping other people.
The reason I picked Zoe is he had that drive. He doesn't bring that drive with him to work every day. He doesn't.
I completely disagree with that.
He wanted that department for himself. His job was to come in and create this department and get it going. It's been 2 years, and this department is still at the same place it's been at when he first started. Who voted for Coot?
I guess I'll start. I feel like I'm just picking on her, but the rest of us here have set hours. Is it because she's a very close member of the family that she has that flexibility? Because I believe that every employee should be held to the same standard.
It's different. Come on, let's face it.
But that's what she's trying to say.
It can't be different, because then you're holding people to different standards.
The whole point of this exercise is to evaluate people objectively. And there's things that Coot does. You can't say, well, she's the owner's mom and she's your aunt.
Zoe does not have the drive that he had when he started.
He was given the reins, he failed.
I think he has that drive now that he has the tools available to him, but he's one that I would invest money into.
Coot's been here for 13 years, makes $77,000. As an asset or investment, taking 70 grand plus out of my pocket, I wouldn't do that.
It was difficult just being in that room, putting these 3 people's futures in our hands.
Uncle Mike's numbers affect Sean, affect Elias, affect Jonathan.
We cut him too much slack.
In defense of Mike, he's the one with the least amount of customer complaints.
And his merchants stick.
At the end of the day, it is numbers.
And we see that Uncle Mike is obviously somebody that we are not confident in and we want to terminate, right? That's our decision.
There are still 2 other people here.
The time is up for the employees to reach their decision, and the bosses have returned to hear what they have to say. Having no idea that her mother is one of the bottom 3, Dima's about to walk into a shocking situation.
This is the first time ever I have given up control of the company. It's very nerve-wracking because you don't know if they're making the right decisions in such a short amount of time.
Hi there.
Hello, guys.
Hello.
Hey.
How's it going?
Good.
It's going.
You guys hanging in there?
Yes.
You gave us the task of identifying 3 people that were detrimental to the company. Those 3 are Uncle Mike, Zoe, and Coot.
Really?
Okay.
I did not expect Coot to be on the bottom three, period. She is the rock of this company.
Good, huh?
Why Coot?
I'll tell you, I voted for Coot.
Okay.
Coot is a very sensitive person, and because she is your mom, I have to walk on eggshells around her. I stand behind my decision. I've gone too far to back down now. I have to watch what I say for fear of her blowing up at me. I'm just gonna throw myself under this bus and just go with it. And I don't have that concern with anybody else at this table.
I want to actually applaud you because you're a brave soul to speak up amongst your peers.
Either that or dumb.
I know for a fact Lorraine voted on pure business sense.
I don't think you're dumb, because if you were dumb, you would not be part of this team.
I was behind Lorraine, and I agree with what she had to say.
The employees in question are brought into the room one at a time to hear their verdicts.
Hey.
Zoe, we've talked about earlier, your pay as opposed to what you collected. At the end of the year, as a business owner, it doesn't make sense.
Wow, I know they're gonna fire me, and I'm just in shock.
So as a group, we have come to our decision. The boss has decided. Zoe, the decision that we've made, it all came down to business.
We've talked about earlier, what you collected. At the end of the year, as a business owner, it doesn't make sense.
The perception that people had was you lacked passion, you lacked the drive. People didn't see that you want to be here. This means a lot to you.
Knowing you at work, one thing that stood out to me as a negative, you always seem like you're not happy to be here and you're always watching the clock.
So even though we knew of your home situation, the second job, it all came down to business, as well as the decision that we've made.
Wow, my job is on the line. The rush of emotions within you starts to boil to a head. It was scary.
So as a group, we have come to our decision. The boss has decided to keep you on here at VMS.
Everything in me was like, yes, I'm here. I got a second chance at life for me.
Because we've seen the recent improvement with you, we've added the tools, we're obviously going to monitor it, we're going to expect more.
Rightfully so.
I think 90 days, I think it's enough time to see an improvement.
I agree with the bosses.
Zoe was given the tools he's been asking for, but he's also been given a 90-day probationary period to prove that he is motivated and can excel at his position.
I will not let you down. I love this place. I really do.
Congratulations, man.
This process overall made me look at myself in a light that I've never looked at myself before. Now you can watch me, because there's no turning back now.
With Dima's mother, Coot, about to hear her verdict, the entire group is nervous about Dima's reaction to the decision.
Hello, everybody.
This is hurtful, and I'm humiliated. I cannot see my mom in this position. I just want to hug her and cry.
Can I say something? You guys judge me like from the cover. You don't judge me from the contents. You don't know nothing what's going in that book. That's it.
It's hard for people to say it right now, so I'll just say it. Based on the amount of time that she's in work with her pay, some people feel that she gets different preference because she's the owner's
Right, but what
mom.
you don't know, she helps with a lot of other things. What did I get myself into? How did I let these people take control of this company?
Okay. Look at somebody like Nancy. She is also a member of the family who has a lot more responsibility and is pressured a lot more. She makes less, and I guess I don't understand why.
Oh my God, is this becoming about money now, really? I think 100% the group put her on the bottom three solely because of her salary. So you think Coot should be fired?
No.
But obviously you guys made this decision to bring my mom in here, which has stuck by me for the last 13 years.
I'll step up and say something. There was a little something inside of me that was literally trying to push my hand down, like, put your hand down, you dummy, what's wrong with you? I thought that there could have been a change as far as salary goes.
What we had planned to do, maybe you could help me out.
We thought, as bosses, her hours should be from 10 to 4, Monday through Friday. She has to abide by the same employee rules as a normal person as well. And collectively, we suggested that she gets a $20,000 pay decrease.
So you think that after, can I ask, so you think that after you've been here for 13 years and you do all the accounting for a multi-million-dollar corporation, that you should get a pay cut because you come into work later than everybody else? I don't understand your point.
We see the owner here as the boss now.
Do you want me to leave the room and then you guys
and we're
talk?
afraid to answer why it is we
Would
put
you
it up there.
guys like me to leave the room?
As a boss,
No,
right.
would you guys like me to leave the room?
This is bullshit. I'm sorry, this is fucking bullshit. You come in here and you're upset. We were upset too. We've been stuck in this room for 2 days trying to make decisions for the company. I can't breathe. I have to get out of here.
Do you think that after you've been here for 13 years, that you should get a pay cut because you come into work later than everybody else? I don't understand your point.
This is bullshit. I'm sorry, this is fucking bullshit. You come in here and you're upset. We were upset too.
How are you just gonna come into this room where you have no clue what we've been through for the last 48 hours? You can't just come in and act like you're trying to save Coot. You're not the only one.
Time out. Hold on a second. I'm confused. What are you guys saying?
$20,000 deduction.
You don't just say, okay, Coot's overpaid, so we're gonna just take away from Coot, and who cares about her and what she's put into the company? She's been here for 13 years. It's not like she just started yesterday and she's making $77,000 a year. I wish I could pay her more, but I can't. Well, I mean, it's my money, my company, and I have to think about it too.
To be fair, I know, that's my mom, I love her. But you gave them the power of being a boss.
I think that you guys just got caught up with the number and not realize what goes behind that.
I know you're upset. We made a commitment. You guys were empowered. There shouldn't be any double standards, but we have to stick with the decision.
Although I don't agree 100%, I've learned that in being in business, you have to treat everybody equally. And my mom is definitely my soft spot.
Although Coot has been given a $20,000 pay cut, her position at the company is still intact.
I feel like my relationship with Coot going forward is gonna be terrible. I said something that needed to be said when nobody else did. And that means that I'm working with a lot of people who are scared and have no courage. I'm in a very uncomfortable position now because I still work with them, and it's gonna be interesting.
Oh my God, that was the most stressful days in my life. That's the second thing affect me in life, this one and my mom's death. And I don't know how am I gonna go over this. The people I work with, some of them I could trust, some of them I can't trust. It's gonna take time.
Uncle Mike is the last employee in question to hear his verdict.
Whoa, hey, boss, how you doing? How you doing, boss lady?
How does it feel? How's it feel?
I'm hanging in there, all things considered.
It was decided that Uncle Mike would be the one to be fired. This is so nerve-wracking right now. To see him standing here and he doesn't know what we decided, I can't even look Uncle Mike in the eye right now.
Uncle Mike, as you know, you're one of the 3 that was selected by a group of your peers.
And Mike, we understand that it takes a certain personality to be on the phone. You care about the customer. And sometimes that goes in with the decision of maybe underselling.
You mentioned that you were pacing yourself. When I hear a salesperson pacing themselves, that does not sound good. That just means you're going to do just enough to get by. Also, you said that you take time training others instead of focusing on what it is you do. Correct me if I'm wrong, that was not what you were hired to do. You were hired to bring in sales.
I can't believe we're gonna do this to this great person. This is real life. And to make a decision like that about somebody's life, when you have two people that have the same problem, and one is family and one isn't, that's wrong.
Your position in the company is sales, plain and simple. If you're not bringing in sales, then you're not making money.
That's correct. I was listening to the tone of his voice as well as the selection of his words. They were not good words of, you did this for the company, you did that. It was more all the negatives.
The whole premise was, if we let you go, can the company still function? And unfortunately, the answer was yes.
Oh, sure.
I can't believe that we are going to let go of Uncle Mike.
So, Mike, as a boss, we look at numbers. And
can I say something?
Go ahead.
Most of the ladies' heads were down. The writing's on the wall. I'm gonna get chopped. And I know I have to do something.
So, Mike, as a boss, we look at numbers.
I know when I'm looking at the end of the road here, and I know I have to do something. Can I say something?
Go ahead.
I have a brother that's a millionaire. He's been married 9 times, okay? Miserable life. I have to enjoy what I'm doing, guys. That's more important than money. I've got a lot to give, and I want to give it to VMS. I'm loyal to you as a friend, co-worker. You run out of gas in the parking lot, your car won't start, I'm the guy to fix it for you. I'm gonna stick with you, and I'm gonna work with you. And if we have to stay here till 10 o'clock at night, I've closed the doors with Sean before, but I don't make $50,000 a year. It ain't about the money. It's my love for VMS and love for you. You know where I'm coming from?
There was definitely a change of heart in the room.
God, I feel terrible. I made a mistake. I don't think Uncle Mike should be fired.
I'm sorry. I'm looking in everyone's eyes right now, and I think we may have come to a rush on judgment on Uncle Mike.
I believe he deserves a second chance. If we tighten the reins on him and we held him to the standards that we expect in that position, I think it's worth a second chance.
We all agree.
Yes.
Do you guys agree?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Excuse me.
I'm ecstatic. I couldn't be happier. I'm very relieved.
As a boss, sometimes you have to find a solution.
I think the first thing that he has to work on is the work ethic. You have to be on the phone, limit the walking around, exceed your goal. Now, I think 90 days is enough time to see an improvement. I think that you can do it. I know you can do it.
I'm not gonna let you down. It's like the guy that's sitting in an electric chair, and then at the last 30 seconds, the phone rings and the governor gives him a reprieve. I already said that I was gonna make a 180-degree turn starting tomorrow. Not today, but tomorrow. I need to have a drink and talk to Mama. Thank you.
Thanks, Uncle Mike.
I'm proud of the employees. They did a great job.
I'm glad you're still here, Mike.
All right. Boss.
Come here, man.
This whole process has made me see how they care about VMS as a company, how they care about their jobs.
Sean, appreciate it.
What I got out of the experience is to be a good boss, you have to make the hard decisions. But then also, You have to sometimes think with your heart.
Mi amigo.
Hey, Jonathan, what's up?
What you got cooking? About to bring these deals in real quick. I have a bunch of them that I gotta work on.
The current situation at VMS is excellent. Everybody's more positive.
Morning, guys.
Everyone's a lot more motivated.
DLN, good job.
That's what I love.
Since this process, we had a 20% increase in sales.
I'm happy to see all the numbers go up.
We have grown in the last 2 months more than the last 2 years.
Hey, Naveed, thanks for fixing my computer.
Absolutely. If this process was to happen again, I would definitely go through it again. You think it's negative at first, but it's really a positive.
Doesn't pop up.
Give me about 30 seconds, I'll get that fixed for you.
Thank you.
No problem. It's brought my focus back.
Congratulations and welcome to VMS.
Before this process, Uncle Mike was doing 6 to 8 clients a month. After the process, he's doing 11 to 13 clients per month.
How many did you get today so far?
5.
Oh, you're cut off.
I'm happy with my job. I love it. I love it more now.
What's up, Uncle Mike?
I wish they had done the process sooner.
Unfortunately, not everything has changed. Like Sean.
You can't go and say, Sean, I have statements. Can you help me do it? And then say, I already gave it. That defeats the purpose.
He's still a prick.
After the process, we sat down with Zoe. He said he was going to double his numbers. About 2 months in, the results just weren't there.
I tried to help him out as much as I could, but he resigned. I didn't give up on him.
It was hard to see Zoe go because I had hoped that he could turn things around. But we wish him the best of luck, and I know he'll do well.
Hi, Lorraine. I got your email. I will respond as soon as I can.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Bye. Even if this process was painful, I would still do it again for the benefit of VMS and my daughter.
Do you want to go out for lunch?
I'll take a rain check.
Rain check is good. I could not cut my mother's salary in half, but instead she is working more hours.
She stepped it up. She's working harder than she ever has and earning her pay today.
I just want to let you know I'm really proud of you guys. Sales are going up, and just keep doing what you're doing.
The whole process has made my life and Dima's life a lot easier.
Keep up the good work, guys.
Next week on Does Someone Have to Go?
My dad was gonna retire.
My job is your paycheck.
He doesn't know how to let go.
Where's all the profit going? Because everybody here is underpaid.
You're not even paying your wife a decent salary.
Wait.
Please don't touch me.
And someone definitely goes home.
Brian Jennings is crazy.
First thing I would do, fire Brian.
Whoa.
I gotta fight for what's right.
These girls got to get a wake-up call.
Tom got us to this situation. Then we've got to get him out of here. He touched my hand, I almost jacked the floor.